Each year, birds begin migrating down the Atlantic coast of North America after the breeding season, as early as July. They follow ancient landmarks of shorelines that are broken by sweeping bays and the mouths of rivers. Most of the birds will continue to the Caribbean or Central America. Some will fly all the way to South America. Some fly at night, others during the day. Millions of them pass through a place at the tip of the Delmarva Peninsula in Virginia, where they pack closely together as the land gradually narrows and then ends at the mouth of the Chesapeake Bay. Some continue across the bay, a distance of about 30 kilometers, but most stop to rest and feed for a while near a place called Kiptopeke. Here at Kiptopeke, a native word for big water, for almost half a century, scientists and volunteers have been studying two of the types of migratory birds: songbirds and hawks.
So birds migrating south will avoid crossing the bay to the west and avoid going out over the Atlantic to the east, and basically end up right at the tip here, which is where we do the hawk watch.
And get funneled into a smaller and smaller area until they hit the bottom of the funnel, which is where we are.
The birds funnel down till they get to that point, and the big aspect there is a large body of water, actually 19 miles of Chesapeake Bay, which the birds have to cross. They're unwilling to do so. Passerines and hawks really don't like water crossings.
And so they'll spin around, they'll concentrate into this area, and it's an incredible place for that kind of concentration effect that you're going to see numbers of birds and species that you wouldn't normally be able to see in one day.
The great concentration of birds provides an opportunity to study the changes in migration from year to year. Many species are in severe decline because their breeding habitats, wintering areas, and migration pathways have been changed dramatically. For thousands of years, there were few people along the East Coast, and there was unspoiled native vegetation. Over the past century, cities have appeared. As development continues and habitat decreases, it is important to educate people as to why the southern tip of the Delmarva is such a vital, though fragile, migration corridor. The Coastal Virginia Wildlife Observatory makes up-close experiences with songbirds and hawks a learning opportunity.
By educating the public about the importance of preserving certain pieces of habitat, it can only benefit the birds.
0 molts.
By looking at the weights, the fat loads of these birds, we can determine whether the habitats in this area are suitable for these migrant birds, which have to gain weight, that is, eat food, find shelter, that is, to rest, and avoid predators.
Spend the whole day up there, helping anyone out who comes up and has a question about hawks. That's a big part of it, is trying to educate the public and point birds out. And a lot of people come up and want to see a peregrine falcon, and when you can show it to them, that's a big part of the job.
I think one of the most important things that we do here is try to educate the public about the importance of this area as a migration route for all different species of birds. And to facilitate that, we do live bird demonstrations for groups, school groups, birding groups, elder hostels.
So, young red-tailed hawks. Red-tailed hawks are part of a group of raptors known as buteos.
We use those birds to drive the point home about the peninsula, the need to preserve the habitat that these birds are using, and overall wildlife education.
The goal of all research at Kiptopeke is the conservation of birds and their vital habitats. Come visit Kiptopeke State Park from mid-August through the end of November to see for yourself the amazing phenomenon of bird migration at Kiptopeke.